Well, it's been a nice 3.5 year break from these demo reviews, but I am finally back. And we are looking at ZywOo, a guy I never did a demo review on back when I was regularly making videos. And if you're wondering, yes, I'm going to start making videos regularly again. So let's sit back, chill, and watch ZywOo carry his dead corpse of a team through the IEM finals. First thing, I really liked what they did on the pistol round. If you look at the minimap here, you can see Astralis is just spotting long, and they're not committing to it. They're just going to spot it, run away if they see someone. Whether it's through scouting or just game sense, Vitality picks up on this, and they're going to dry peek it with 3 guys. They don't want to use any utility because they don't have very much in the pistol round. And this makes sense. If you're a CT, you want to keep the fights long with your USP compared to the Glocks, and you don't want to play tight on the doors or close or commit to long where you can get overrun by the Glocks for no reason. Just that small move of those 3 peeking long gives them full map control of long, and they have a much better position on the map now. Watching ZywOo come into his own as a player really has been special. In CS, you do not see players like this very often. This late into the life cycle of CSGO, it's really not that common to see new players come in and just totally upend the game and start destroying people and just laying waste to teams and carrying experienced players. Watch this shot here with this P250. This is like, what is this? He kills Glaive with a P250 from that range. Glaive didn't have head armor, granted, but then he headshots Dupree as well. Like, what is this? How does he do that? He spent $250 this round. Alright, he's finally got his op in round 4. Like any good player on Dust 2, you need to protect your teammates to run down Suicide so they can get a better position in mid. And you can see they're running Knife out and they jump right onto Xbox. They have okay control of mid. Device gets a pick, but ideally Device would have been flashed off in this round, but that just didn't happen. Later in the round, you can see ZywOo and Shocks are in a 2v3 here, and they're going to get into the after plant. I thought ZywOo was just going to stay on Catwalk, and I was surprised that he moved out, because you can see when he moves out, he's not too confident in his position here. He's kind of stuck in between a few places. He's forced to hide at Xbox for a little bit. He realizes, okay, this is a terrible spot to be in, so let's get out of there. Go back to Cat. Now I only have 2 angles to look at. And the bomb's planted for him anyway, so he's ready to rock right here with the op. Magis is low in HP, so this HE grenade's coming. It's going to nail him as soon as he starts defusing. Device and ZywOo miss the shot on each other, and that's a wrap, boys. That's the end of the round. There's no time left to defuse now. Really nice clutch by ZywOo and Shocks. I was a little worried positionally for ZywOo at first, but he got back to Catwalk where he's in a position where it's really hard to trade with the op. But if he just hides at Xbox, that's a very easy position for him to get traded out. I like this round just because of the movement that was kind of taking place around the map. You can see it's just like pistol round. They took control of long with 3 terrorists. They push them off, they get long control, and they leave ZywOo to hold middle. And he's actually worried about somebody pushing Cat that he wouldn't be able to see. It's a bit of a half buy, so they're probably suspecting the push, and the timing works in his favor. He catches Glaive trying to push through the double doors, but you can see how the timing may have gone the other way. Actually, the push in double doors from Astralis might have been timed by them knowing that Vitality took control of long, so there might be an open position or a way to wiggle yourself through the map by coming out through middle, but ZywOo was watching it, and he caught the timing and got the kill. So they're going to go 4-man up long, probably as part of the read that they got that it might be a half buy or a low buy by the CTs. They have it well smoked here and they flash their way through, but Device gets the kill through the smoke, and then they get an ump kill through the smoke, and it was just really bad luck trying to cross to A. They have it double smoked, they're throwing flashes through it, but they're just dying. So ZywOo and RPK get left in this 2v4. And their positions are terrible. They're both stuck on the site. They can't cross to long. And in a 2v4, they need to be aggressive. So they're trying to look for their first kill. ZywOo gets flashed off, and unlucky for RPK. Like, he has to peek that. It looks dumb dying like that, but RPK has to peek that to try and get it closer to a 2v2 or something more manageable. If you let Astralis group up and do a set retake, you have no chance. They need to get the numbers even, and that's why you see RPK take that type of peek. I thought this smoke was really interesting. You see ZywOo throw backwards in order to put out an incoming Molotov so his teammates can still come through and help out with the long A rush. This is really going to show off the value of sometimes doing dry peeks. They have 3 terrorists, long A, and Astralis knows they don't have control of it. Glaive had his back turned and was actually lucky to even get that headshot on ZywOo. Dry peeking like that really gives Astralis or this defending team a tough time trying to read the situation without hearing nades go in or footsteps or anything like that. You're just all walking up and dry peeking an angle. doing that 1 or 2 times a game really can be rewarding. And ZywOo, he's just gonna miss the timing on this guy coming long. Him and Apex are gonna try and win this 2v4, and they get it down to a 2v2, but like you can see, ZywOo's timing was just a little bit off on that long A flank. dupreeh was certainly rewarded for his patience there. And speaking of doing dry peeks, they're just going to walk up to this smoke at B tunnels. I don't know if they had a read that there were 2 CTs playing mid, but they make the correct read here. No flashes, no smokes going into B, nothing. And they have full control of the site with 4 people alive. B site on Dust 2, very notorious, almost impossible to take over in an even situation. And Astralis isn't even going to try. They're going to make the safe call early, save their armor, save their guns, and get out of dodge. Alright, ZywOo with the deagle, and you can see his whole team has made their way up cat. ZywOo's going to peek out here long, a little bit slower, and just get the ultimate timing on device. ZywOo goes pop, 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 and just deletes these guys off the server. He immediately changes the complexion of the round. Even if they don't win this round, the CTs are going to be so broke, losing all that equipment. Device lost the op, his teammates lost full buys. In my opinion, Device should have just continued to hold long. Maybe throw a flash or a nade or something to help out your teammates, but ultimately you had 2 teammates still alive on the A site. You need to be aware of the long flank, and you just sold out the round for ZywOo to come in and just 1D 3 of you in a row. It might sound critical, but Device really does not make mistakes like that very often. He's the type of player to not get shot in the side of his head by his own fault very often. ZywOo makes it way closer than it should have been this round. He gets the bomb plant, which is a win. And he almost gets his next kill, but Astralis escaped the round by the skin of their teeth. This type of peek always stressed me out. You can see RPK gets taken out by Device. ZywOo had no choice but to stay there and get the trade to keep the round even. And he knows where the guy is, so he's got to stay there and try and get that kill. But it's very easy for Device to get 2 kills there as well. You can see this T side is not going hot for Vitality here. I was really surprised to see dupreeh push into lower dark there. ZywOo knew he was all over middle. He had just killed his teammate Navera in middle. He's just giving Vitality a chance to bring it into a 2v2. They were in a good position. It was 3v2. If he would have held back or buddied up with a teammate, they wouldn't be in the situation that they're in. Instead, ZywOo gets another kill, and then he's left in a 1v1. A very difficult 1v1 for Magisk, because ZywOo could be anywhere. And you can see he's not playing this like a little bitch. He's going to peek and take the fight, and he wins it immediately. You know, in the past when I made these videos, I usually wanted them to be, 12, 15, 17 minutes long. But this map, I find every round I look at, I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Like, he's got a cool wallbang, hits him right off the bat. All right, let's try it again. Doesn't get the kill, but this round, if you haven't seen this round is incredible. Like, just sit back and enjoy this one. This is a very, very good round from ZywOo. They get the bomb plant, and you can see they're in trouble right now. 4v2 with Astralis retaking. Astralis has map control coming out their ears. They got a guy at long, and that that shot is so hard. Like, single zoom, not be double zoomed on that. Like, who is this guy? Like, what? Are you kidding me? This is unreal. Like, this is one of the best rounds I've ever seen. He didn't get, yeah, it's not an ace, but Jesus, every single shot, it's honestly unbelievable. The combination that he has of speed and accuracy with his op is just incredible. I really like the fight he took out here at mid too, and Vitality was going for the full armor strat, no kits or anything, no nades, and you can see they're purposely positioning themselves to try and take these long range fights. He's got a teammate stacked behind him to take this fight at long that they know is coming. This is the position you want to be in. Unfortunately, he gets insta-dink. I'm surprised he got the kill after that, to be honest. But in CS, it's all about setting yourself up for success positionally. So they were in a good position. They were taking the right fight. It's not going to work 100% of the time, but all you can do is put yourself in the right position and hope that it works out, and usually it will, but it won't always. You can see they decided to keep their low buy going into the gun round, and Magisk, he had to make the choice, is he going to go forward through the Molotov or is he going to fall back behind it? Ideally, his teammates would have been in sync with his decision, but they were not, and he just gifted ZywOo an AK. Much to the delight of Astralis, I'm sure. It doesn't end up working out for ZywOo. He'll take the peek up here, see a few bodies, and then just instantly get one shot. It's another round where I'm watching, I'm just saying to myself, this fucking guy, man. He's in a brutal position here. You can see His teammate gets taken out at long, so he has to turn, face the long guy. He's got 2 guys coming up cat. He's got no bullets. He's got 2 in the chamber right now. Switches to USP, 1 tap, 1 tap. Just cool as a cucumber. Dupree takes a dry peek here and just decapitates ZywOo. If you look at the mini-map here, you can see Vitality have a really good read on the situation, considering it's a 5v5. Astralis molly cat, and I think that's why they just totally sold out and not really looked at it, and they just get timing from ZywOo. And he turns and hits the guy in spawn too. Everything this guy does, and any gun he touches, he's just unreal. He turns this round where they had a thrift store buy into a 5v2, and now they're going to actually win the round. Like, it's just unbelievable the impact that this guy has almost every single game he plays with Vitality. You know, when I make these videos, I go in with the intent of talking about strategy and decision making and positioning. I'm making this video and it feels like a frag movie. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this round is no different. And here comes ZywOo. He's already got a kill in tunnels. He's got a Molotov for the plant denial. Really just a good mix of grenade usage here. Like these grenades. You can see the HP and the grenade lines up and it's a dunk right there. It was just a great example of grenade usage to totally shut down what Astralis had planned and Vitality bring it to 14-14. ZywOo just continuing the trend from last round, really getting his mileage out of these grenades. 2 guys stuck on default plant, and he dies, but he gets the 2 molly kills. This is the first round where he's played B, and I actually would have liked to seen this more often. You can see it's almost the end of the game. They sent him to B. If you have an all-star or a superstar player on your team, move them around. Don't have them play in the same position round in, round out. It's just too predictable. And teams are going to be able to maneuver and position themselves in the map to take that player out of the equation. Okay, you want to see what type of peak separates the boys from the men? Here's ZywOo, first round of OT. Takes the fight at mid and Device was sleeping at the wheel. Next round here and another bunch of good shots. He actually doesn't even move his crosshair on that guy that he kills in the bomb site. He just pre-aimed it so perfectly, the guy's head was just sticking out just a touch and he nails it. And I wanted to point out how he just sits here and holds this angle for RPK. This is how you want to retake a site as an opper. You don't want to be running in. It's a real bummer. He missed that shot and now he's left to try and pick up the pieces, but you don't want to be chasing your teammates in if you're holding an op. You want to let them go in. You cover the positions that they can get peeked from and try and kill a guy that'll peek out as they hear your teammates running into the bomb site. Getting towards the end of the game here in double OT, and it might seem like I skipped a bunch of rounds, but ZywOo had a really tough OT. He had a hard time getting it going. Just getting shot in the side of the head and really didn't have any impact on any of the rounds. He's going to continue his trend of really good grenade usage here. Taking a meaty piece of health away from Dupree here with this AG grenade. I do have a problem with his positioning here though. He's going to move up into this smoke. You can see he's got a teammate catwalk. He's got a teammate quad. Why are you moving in? Why do you feel like you need to make a play? You don't need to make a play, ZywOo. And they were just waiting for him to do that. And it's going to cost them the round here. You can maybe get away with that against some teams, but in a grand finals against Astralis, you're not going to get away with peaks like that. So we're going to go into the last round here, and he's making a play. They were down a man, so it made more sense there to push, try and make a play, get things even. So I'm not going to fault him for that, but anyways, I actually loved going over this demo. Watching ZywOo play, especially the first-person view through a demo, he's special, man. He's very, very special. He's going to be a good CS player for a long time. Just, he has it all. He checks all the boxes. He has incredible aim, good game sense. He seems to be a very good team player, which has always kind of been the knock on Simple. And he's got a lot of years ahead of him. So I expect big things from ZywOo, and it really resurrected the French scene. They were so good in CS Source and had flashes of brilliance in CSGO as well, but they've been in a rut for a while now, and they really needed that young superstar to come in, drag them out of that rut, or carry them, carry them out of that rut, and get them deep into some tournaments, into the finals, or maybe winning first place a few times. Astralis is tough to take down, but they're not unbeatable. So I hope you enjoyed my comeback demo review party here, guys. Leave a like or dislike if you liked it or if you didn't like it, and hit me up in the comments. Do you think ZywOo is going to get #1 on HLTV's ratings this year? Do you think Simple is going to take this year? Anyways, let me know in the comments. I'll chat it up with you guys, and yeah, have a good one. Take care.